Alright, welcome back to Flight Sim 2024. Welcome back to the Neofly series. This is of course episode 44, and as you can see today we are in our JustFlight RJ70, and we are going to be flying the midday shuttle from here at Nadzab down to Port Moresby. So this is our daily shuttle that we have running normally with AI pilots. Today we're going to be flying the RJ all the way down to Port Moresby because our Kodiak is actually still down there from a few episodes ago when we headed out to do some island hopping. So we're going to run the shuttle for this episode, and that allows us to pick up our Kodiak again in the following episodes, and we can then go ahead and use that to run some flights out of Port Moresby into some of the closer little strips that we have in that area. So that's the plan for today. Let's start getting things set up. So we'll turn on the batteries, and I'm going to get the APU up and running straight away. Okay, logo lights we don't need, no smoking auto, cabin emergency lights on, nav lights, beacon will stay off for now, air conditioning stays as it is. Let's just wait for the APU to kick in, which it should do shortly. Perfect. Okay, our cargo is busy being loaded. We are flying some cargo and some passengers today. Actually, no, that's wrong. It's just cargo today. Right, what I do need to do is just match our fuel load in Neofly with the fuel load for the aircraft. So we have 15,492 pounds. And we need to convert that over to kgs. Right? This is in... Oh, we can just switch it here. So let's just put this in pounds. What am I doing? Oh, I was going to do calculations. We don't need to. Good stuff. So, pounds. And it has loaded. Okay, cool. So Neofly actually worked with loading into JustFlight. That's awesome. So, let's see. We've got 9,000 pounds of cargo. Where did that go? I mean, it has filled these up, so that's pretty fine. This takes quite long, so let's just do 5 minutes. And we'll start that. Fueling appears to be complete. Fuel on board. 15 tons. Yeah, that looks right, so that's done. Okay, so we're good there. Let's come up here and start switching things on. So all of those can come on. Brake fans to auto, anti-skid. Spoilers, these stay off for now. That's all good. Right, fueling is done, so fuel pumps we can actually turn on. Nice, those are fine. These stay where they are for now. That goes on, that stays like that. Ice detection on. Ice protection, those all stay as is. Packs we can put on the APU. Seatbelt signs, emergency lights. Right, the thing that always catches me out is not this. This shouldn't catch me out. But there is a way, there we go. Is the on button for this is there and there. Then I need to come down here, do these guys. So align and align, wait for them to do their thing. Come in here and put in our position, and those should be working now. Right, let's just do that. Okay, so we are starting off today AYNZ for NADZAB. We're going AYPY Port Moresby. Right, route is pretty simple. We go direct to Larrid. H535 to Poxit. Oh, that's dumb. Because the next waypoint is also... I don't know if I can do this. Doesn't seem like it is Sacto. So I shouldn't have actually put in Pocket. Can I do this then? I didn't want that. Can't I delete this? Aha, there we go. Okay. It was probably faster to just do another H535, but anyway, whatever. That goes in Sacto. Cool. And that's it. So we can activate that. Let's do... Departure and arrival is up here, so we're departing runway 09. And that's it. It will be vectors to Larrid. And we are arriving 14 left. So we'll do the ILS 14 left with the Sacto 1 arrival. That's all good. Cool. Okay, this we're gonna have to get from here. But I think it's still gonna be updating. It's 83% done. Okay, cruise alt we can get. Cruising at 220 today. Winds 190.03. Okay, total reserves 3.9. Okay, this is almost done.
Boarding is complete.
Very nice. Okay, those are closing up. Stairs are folding, door closing. Very good.
Cabin crew, arm doors and cross-check.
Is this in kgs or pounds? I don't know. Because we should actually be working in kgs. The pounds was just for loading up. Yeah, it has changed everything there, so I think we're good. Right, so that means we want zero fuel weight, 33.8. .8 gross weight. Good. Perfect. Transition out, that's fine. Okay, is there anything else we need to do here? I don't think so. We've done all of this. What on earth has happened here? Something has broken. Okay, that looks better. Cool, I think we're good there. This can go to standby. Okay, let's come up here. Beacon light coming on. The rest of that is good. Engine anti-ice is on for startup. And then we just fire up and we turn out to the right. So packs off. I'm gonna start engine 4. Let's just check that everything is closed. It is. Chocks off. We can't change anything here now. It's actually get charts now, which is cool. Right, let's get engines firing up. Everything looks clear. We're going to turn to our right hand side to get out of here. Okay, start master on. Starting engine 4. Looking for 10. There it is. Okay, this we can actually turn off at this point. These are flashing, so I should have actually done this first, but we can flip that over to nav, that over to nav, and that should come alive. Very nice. Okay, I was trying to see, I can't remember, there's no performance calculator. Yeah, okay, that's just 3. It's 10. Okay, engine 2. Is 10. flight level 220 today. Okay, and engine number 1, last one. It's 10.
You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
Yes, actually we just do level change. Okay, V2 139. And if I do this, it does actually set that. We will do flaps 18 for takeoff today. Okay, I do need to set the landing altitude. Just can't remember where that control is. Oh, it's here. Alright, let's do generators. This goes back to off, start master, then the generators should kick in. So let's go Gen 1, Gen 4, good stuff. Right, then we can get the packs on, they'll stay on the APU. These come off, these go on. Taxi lights. And hydraulics. Okay, landing altitude today 129 feet. This one. Very nice. Okay, APU stays on. Right, Cass says parking brake, which is fine because it should be on. Okay, let's go out to our left-hand side. Runway 09 is out that way. We'll do flaps 18 for takeoff. This can come on. Oh, it is on. That's fine. Does this have to be on first? Okay, I guess it is on then. Yeah, it's working. Right, off to Port Moresby we go. Heading will sync up perfectly once we're on the runway, but it's going to be about 090. Okay, left turn here. Turn out this way, taxi all the way down for 09. Okay, while we're taxiing all the way down there, I just want to bring up if it's realistic, because I can already hear that there are going to be some things here that I don't want. Okay, sneezing we always turn off. These we need to bring down quite a bit. Toilet. That's all fine. We don't need that. This we don't need. These we can have, but this one can turn down a bit. And this one will turn off as well, and then I think we are good. Flaps are set. Assumed temperature is set. Might as well do lights and stuff while we're here. And up here for strobes. Okay, climbing up 139 all the way up to 22,000 feet. The last thing we need to do is dial in the heading. Actually use the chart because I know it adds up now. Okay, lights, flaps, all good. Just the heading. Set, here we go.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for takeoff. Check thrust.
Thrust set.
Thrust set. Airspeed alive.
Rotate 127.
Departure.
80 knots.
Wants to fly already.
Rotate.
Okay, pilot, steady away.
Positive climb.
See you again soon.
Zero.
Zero selected.
Okay, autopilot on. the VNav actually works on here. Okay, so we'll go up to 210. It should tell us to raise the flaps shortly. And we can head out towards our first waypoint as well. Bringing the flaps up anyway. Okay, into climb. Good. I don't think this works. Can't actually remember. Okay, climb LNAV IS. 4,000 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew have been released to begin their service, but please note that the seatbelt signs are still on.
Okay, should start our right-hand turn here at Larrard. Going to pass through this layer of cloud shortly. Looking good, climbing at about 1,500 feet a minute, passing 7,500. Just looking for that right-hand turn. 1.7 miles. There we go. to 9,000 feet. And a half. 10,000 we go up to 280 knots. Okay, there's 10,000. Landing lights off. Seatbelts off. I probably actually should have done this a while ago. Jeez, I wonder if I can turn that down. Before we do that, 280. Seem like we can turn that down. This is all failures. Yeah, I would have thought it would be in here, but there's nothing. It's interesting. Oh well. We just turn it off. It's kind of cool though, it's very loud. Oh well. There's some thunder as well. Check at that, there's the lightning. It's definitely raining up ahead. Which we are going to pass through shortly. Just going to put the seatbelt signs back on just in case as we go through here. lightning up ahead. Okay, I think we're about to hit this cloud layer now. Here we go, starting to bounce around. What I'm going to do is bring the speed back a bit so we can climb through this a bit quicker. I think all of the worst storms I've flown through have been in a version of this aircraft. I remember flying into Cape Town in the British aerospace before RJ or before Avro took over. So in the previous version, also by JustFlight in the BAE 146, flying into Cape Town with a massive storm. Okay. Got ice detection light on. No surprises there. Expecting that light to go out shortly though, now that we're over the clouds. And we are just below zero, so what, -3-ish. Coming up to 20,000. good to go. I also just looked up. So, VNAV, the button is inoperative because it was added on the rail aircraft in anticipation of a coupled VNAV being installed, but it never happened on the rail aircraft either, which is why it doesn't work. Okay, ice detect light is out. We are 500 feet from cruise altitude. I'm going to leave the seatbelt sign on because we're still hearing thunder and storms around us. We're supposed to cruise at 280. Okay, not far now actually from top of descent. Looks like we're going to go into a bit of a mess in terms of the weather. If I have a look here what Mosby says, clouds few at 300 feet, few at 5,000 feet, with some scattered thunderstorms in the area, which is what we're seeing now for sure. What is this doing? Not much by the looks of things. Coming up to Puxet, and then just a couple of minutes to our top of descent. Just over the storm here. I'm gonna have to drop through it, although looking at the METOR for Jackson's might actually not be that much close to the airport itself. Okay, 14 left. Transition altitude 20,000. We're going straight in at 142 degrees. Missed approach altitude 2,500. .142, 110.1. Let's double check. 110.10. Cool. Coming up to top of descent now. That's why. So we need to be at going down to 2.5. Into the weather we're gonna go shortly. VNAV looks good. Port Moresby is QNH 1007. looks correct. Okay, CF14, which is this one, we need to be above 25, which makes sense. Now we need to slow down here as we come up to 10,000 feet. Coming through 10,000, we'll turn on the landing lights. We're a little bit, well, we're just hitting 11,000, but that's fine. Weather looks good. Yeah, those scattered low clouds. Well, it says few. 300 feet, so, and a few 5,000 feet as well. Yeah, just waiting now for our localizer and glide slope to come alive. We won't do flaps full, we'll do flaps 24. So VREF 136. Localizer's alive. .7 miles out. You can see the runway. Windsor Jackson's 320 F5. So we might have a little bit of a tailwind, but nothing serious. Gate 26 or stand 26 is ours once we arrive. So we're looking for taxiway Kilo 1 to vacate. actually no. That's for the other runway. So we vacate Fox or Mike, depending on how long our landing goes. It should be Foxtrot, and then onto Alpha, and then into the apron. Okay, glide slope is alive. Let's start bringing the speed down. 15 miles now. We can arm the approach.
Low plaza captured. Glide slope alive. Glide slope captured.
The glide slope as well.
Speed checked. Gear down.
No, not gear down. Okay, we are under 10 miles out, so let's go 41. So that's ref plus 5. So we're flaps 18 now, with one more notch for landing. I'm gonna let the speed lead off and see if he tells us when to put the flaps down. So I think it should. Okay, fire up the APU and engine air off. It hasn't said anything about flaps. Okay, we'll go flaps 24. Gear coming down now.
Speed checked. Flaps 33.
Okay, we're not going flaps 33. Okay, my throttles. Pilot coming
Terrain
off.
ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up.
I hope that's just it picking up that stuff
500.
there.
Too low, flaps. Too low, flaps.
So 24.
100.
Air brakes out.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Wrong way.
We have
Spoilers,
touchdown.
yellow and green. Brake pressure check.
Transporter from dispatch. Clear the runway and taxi to parking.
Okay, so we're not making Fox. That was Fox, I think. Or was it? Yeah. Loads of warnings going off there on short final.
60 knots.
Oh, there's no taxiway at the end here. That's interesting. Wow, so that was Mike that we missed. Okay, I didn't think I'd messed up that bad. Okay, spoilers and flaps. Okay, so probably should rather do flaps full and landed short. Save a bit of time. The runway is just not as long as I thought. Still one of the most interesting aircraft. Tiny little 4-engine jet aircraft. Okay, welcome to Jackson's Port Moresby. So we go left here on Mike. Okay, landing lights, strobe lights, APU's on. All the way to the apron and then turn right. Okay, so not this one, this is Alpha. 26 is at the end. Interesting patch of water or something there. And there are some pigeons in our parking bay. There are pigeons everywhere. Okay, parking brake set.
From dispatch. Okay, nice job. Someone is coming to take the cargo. I'll call you when it's done.
In fact, I might actually have to leave. We still have hydraulic pressure for the stairs.
Pilot, that's all the cargo removed from the aircraft. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay, so those are now off, that's off, these will come off.
Start your engine.
Beacon lights. No smoking. I forgot about this one and this one. Nav lights can now come off. That one's off. This comes off. Off. Good, good, good. Okay, packs 1 and 2, APU off. Master the fuel pumps, APU generator, and batteries. Right, loads of birds on the apron. I don't see any flying. Looks like the weather's getting worse. So once again, I think we just made it in time. But as always, I love the RJ and the BAE series. I just think they're very unique aircraft. But anyway, that's going to bring us to the end. A pretty short one. I mean, over an hour, but considering that some of the Neofly series episodes I've done have been like 5 hours. A fairly chilled one this time. Flying the shuttle from Nadzab over to Port Moresby, and from here we can now operate our Kodiak once again out into some of the bush trips, which we'll do in the following episodes. So that's going to bring us to the end for this video. As always, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you do want to follow along, if you did enjoy the video, you know what to do down below, and hopefully I see you in the next one.